Hi, precious poopy. Hi. Um, Hi. I haven't spoken to you in so long, so I'm feeling very sad about that. Um, yeah. I fell off the face of the earth over the summer, just like a bunch of shit happened. Um, that I'll tell you about. If you hear music outside, sorry. It's because they're having like a quad party outside of my dorm, but instead of having it on the quad, they're having it outside of my dorm. So there's like a slip and slide in music and it's obnoxious. But anyway, um, I'm living in North, so you can imagine. Um, yeah, so let me think. So like the summer happened, and um, three things attributed to the major event of the summer, which was me getting kicked out of my house. The first thing was that I got a tattoo. Sort of awkwardly. It's not warped. It's not supposed to be twisted like that, but it's twisted because of my arm. Um, there, that's better. Yeah, girl. I got a tattoo. And I should explain why I got it because people look at it and they say, "Oh, you date a sailor, like you joining the Navy." That's what my mom said. But no, I got it because you know about my anxiety, and I got it because beyond like the cliched like stay anchored, stay centered, which does attribute, which does have to do with me because part of my anxiety is like if what's gonna happen to me if like everybody around me starts getting sick or like dies or something. So staying anchored helps me like how do I feel right now? It's not about how everybody else is feeling. It's like it's being selfish. How like as long as I'm okay, if everybody else gets sick, I'll help them, and it's it doesn't matter. I'll be fine. And then also like it sort of comforts me to think of myself as like a ship completely like by myself, being able to move and be self-contained and be on the water and just able to move wherever I want and anchor myself and be fine. So I'm the ship, this is my anchor, the end. So I got that. And then things got better. Like I went to a master's school info session. My mom was really happy about that, but my sister turned 18 in April and I wanted to do something with her and I owed her a birthday present. So we went and got her ear pierced together. But my mom flipped a shit and then so she was mad about that. And then the third thing that happened was my sister Devin went to this party on the island, and this was like her first party ever that she'd ever gone to before. So she went to this party and I was the one that drove her there because I don't know what my mom was doing. But so we're in the car and my sister was like, or I was like, "Devin, like I don't go to these types of parties, so I don't know if this is what happens, but like, are you supposed to bring something? Like, are you supposed to bring some alcohol or something, to like contribute to the pot of alcohol?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." And I was like, "Oh, well, should I buy you something?" And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So I went and I bought her something, and she went to this party, and she ended up getting alcohol poisoning and spent the night in the hospital. And I don't necessarily think that it's my fault that she did. Like I didn't make her chug the bottle of vodka, and my mom. It's not like my mom knew immediately that I was the one that bought it for her. It was like Devin and I got in a fight, and I wouldn't let her use my nail polish, and then she decided to go and tell my mom that I had bought the alcohol for her. And not only had I bought it for her, but I had encouraged her. I had offered to buy it, which I technically guess I did because I brought it up first, but like whatever. So anyway, I got kicked out, and it ended up being like the best thing that could possibly happen, because I went and lived with these like family friends who are distant enough family friends that it was okay that I was living with them, and they weren't like it wasn't like a picking sides thing, and like we never see them anyway, and so it wasn't like I was constantly running into my family. And they have like a barn apartment, so I lived in their barn, and it just ended up being great. So that was good. But I also subsequently had like no reception. So when I was working, I would drive, like I was babysitting my godson, and I would drive to his house and I'd get reception there. But he and his brother were so badly behaved all summer that his dad was like turning off their internet. So I hardly ever had internet. So it was only when I had cell reception, which I didn't ever have at the barn, and it was when I was, anyway. So yeah. So I basically just fell off the face of the earth. So now I'm back at school. Yawning. I have a single. This is my single. That's good. I also have 2 hamsters who I can show you. This is their little hamster world right there. And I bet they're sleeping, but let me see. It's gonna be difficult. I don't know if you saw that, but they're miniature hamsters, so they're really, really tiny and adorable in like 9 different ways. And they keep me company, so that's good. Jackie was in my room. She's about to get kicked out of school. That's kind of like the big drama that's happening because at the end of last semester, she'd failed like 3 of her classes. And she was like in the counseling thing, like even though she never went, like the school knew about her issues, so they were really sort of like open to her doing the work over the summer and like finishing it, but she didn't do any of the work over the summer. So then I think she was thinking that she'd like come here and then like get it done in the first couple weeks of school, but she didn't because Friday was the last day for her to turn any of it in, and she didn't. So she's probably going to be going home. And also, she had 4 classes, but then one of them got canceled because the teacher had a heart attack. So, so she's down to 3 classes. And it's two and a half for whatever weeks into school. And the likelihood of her, like, finding another class that she can join and already have missed this much class of is just kind of low. So, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, that's kind of, like, my stuff. I'm sure there's like more. Let me think. Oh, so I'm having this like boy thing where I'm coming to the realization that like I have crushes on people, and I tell people that I have these crushes because they're really nice, and like if it's a person that's not like the hottest tool in the shed or whatever, I'm like, yeah, but they're like so super nice. But I think that it also comes down to the fact that I'm like really insecure, and I pick people that I think could have the potential of liking me back. Like, I've never really had a crush on someone who's super hot because I know that they'll never like me back. So I tend to always have crushes on people that there's this slight possibility of them liking me back. And they have to be nice, obviously. So right now I have this crush on this kid, Michael Cochet, whose real last name is Michael Carr, but I guess Cochet is, car in Spanish. Oh, I'm so tired. And, you can look up his Facebook. I'm friends with him. It's Coche, Michael Cochet. And he's like bigger, and he has a beard, and he has glasses, and he's really not that cute, but he's at the same time like really cute sort of thing, and he's super nice, and he's in one of my writing classes, and he's just like really nice. So yeah, I have this crush on him, but he's also really geeky. Like he likes to write fantasy, and he loves Game of Thrones, and I don't really know anything about that, and so I'm just like, I'm feeling weird about it. And the thing is, it's like, I don't really have a crush on him, but like I do because there's a possibility he could have a crush on me back. You know, not that he's ever shown me that he does, but also, you remember how that kid choked me? Did I tell you about that? It happened February. I like went to that kid's apartment and we had a makeout session, and then he choked me. I'm only going to tell you the rest of that story if you've already heard, or the rest of the story up to now if you've already heard that part. So, and if you haven't heard that part, I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. I just don't want to go into this long thing if you haven't heard the first part. So you're going to have to let me know if you've heard that. Write me something, text me, okay? And also, you're in Ithaca. I'm going to come to Ithaca. I'm going to come see you. Or you're going to come here, or whatever. Next weekend, maybe. So, I miss you. I miss you. I'm alone all this semester because Bridget lives at a house, Laura's abroad, Danielle's not speaking to me, Haley's not speaking to me because of a thing that happened with Zoran, and then Jackie's about to get kicked out of school. So I need a friend. Be my friend. Okay, I love you. Bye.